So far, we've covered several methods for recording audio into Nuendo. Basic, overlap, cycle, and multi-lane recording all offer easy yet powerful methods for capturing your live audio. To further enhance these modes, Nuendo also offers automatic punch-in and punch-out functionality to help automate the recording process for you. Not only is this useful in normal studio situations, it can also be a real lifesaver if you happen to be both the engineer and the musician who's being recorded. Let's begin by quickly reviewing where the main punch-in and punch-out functions are found. If you remember from the Transport Record Functions tutorial, there are two main areas you will deal with when setting up your punch-in and punch-out options. First are the punch settings within the transport bar. You have buttons to activate both the in and out options, as well as two separate readouts to show you the timeline location in which the punch-in and punch-out points will occur. If you notice, these locations correspond with the left and right locator markers within the project timeline. You also have a few options in the main preference panel that affect how the punch options are handled after a punch-out. So let's check out exactly how to use the punch-in and punch-out functions. Let's begin by activating both the punch-in and punch-out options in the transport bar. The next step is to set your location points for the punch-in and the punch-out. You can do this in one of three ways. First, by typing in the desired location point. Second, if you have a mouse with a scroll wheel, then you can also use the wheel to scroll to the desired location. The third method is by using the timeline to move the left and right cycle marker points to the desired location point. This also gives you a very visual way to see where Nuendo is going to punch in and punch out. Before moving on, take notice that the location time format shown in the punch-in, punch-out section will always correspond with the master time display format in the transport bar. Changing the time format here will change the display format for the punch settings as well. Now that you have your settings in place, you're ready to begin. The important thing here is that since you have a punch-in point, there is no need to actually activate the record button on the transport. All you have to do is set your current playback position somewhere before the punch-in point and hit play. Nuendo will begin playing, and when it reaches the punch-in point, it will automatically start recording. Once it reaches the punch-out point, it will stop recording and continue playing. If you have the option in your preferences set to stop at the punch-out point, then the transport will stop playing immediately as soon as it reaches this point. Now let's see how all of this applies within an actual project. Here I have a roads line that I've previously recorded. I'm not quite happy with the third bar, so I want to replace it with something that's got a little bit more spice to it. But I also want to keep the live feeling from the original recording, this way it doesn't sound overdubbed. Since I just need to go through it in one straight pass, we'll set our recording mode to normal, and we'll leave the cycle mode off. First, I'll set the punch-in and punch-out points to cover the spot we want to replace. I'll then set the playback point to start pretty far ahead of this area. This will allow me to listen to what is already there, get into the groove, and then simply start playing right when the section starts. With the punch-in and punch-out points set, Nuendo will automatically begin recording, and will stop recording automatically as well. So let's go ahead and try it. There. Now we'll deactivate our punch-in recording settings, and then we'll rewind it a bit and take a listen. There. That's better. So you can see we've replaced the original bar with a new take that's got a little bit more spice to it, but it still feels like it's part of the original live take. So with this, you can see how important the punch-in and punch-out options can be within a recording session, especially if you're a one-man show and you've got to do everything yourself. We've also shown that they can be used with whatever recording method you have activated within Nuendo, making it an extremely flexible tool for whatever recording situation you may find yourself in.